What is up, you guys? I'll be back with another video, and today I'm going to be doing a trailer breakdown on the official trailer for Sonic the Hedgehog 3. So yeah, this is my first time doing a trailer breakdown, so apologies if I do anything wrong or I'm just not too great at it. But yeah, I had a lot to say about this trailer and about the film itself, some predictions I have, so I figured let's do a trailer breakdown. So that's what we're going to be doing. And yes, I'm wearing a Mario shirt. I know, I'm so evil. How dare I, It's kind of funny. I'm wearing a Mario shirt. I still got the Shadow beanie on, and I got some Sonic stuff in the background, so yeah, I think we're good. Anyway, let's go ahead and talk about the trailer, shall we? So, of course, the trailer starts off with Sonic running in the forest now. It looks like, let me double check, he is running through a very long log inside of one, and I'm wondering if this, I'm wondering if this is a callback to a deleted scene from the first Sonic movie where Baby Sonic was running on top of a very long, tree or log.
This was my first run on Earth, and it was amazing.
I wonder if this is supposed to be kind of a callback to that. I mean, that was a deleted scene, so I don't know if it probably isn't. But that is something that came to my mind when I saw that. I was like, hey, that was one of the deleted scenes of the first movie. So, yeah, I think that's pretty interesting. So I'm curious to see if, and again, it's probably not a callback, but I still think that's pretty interesting. Then we see Tails flying, Sonic running, and then we see Knuckles both gliding, and he has his Fire Fist that we saw him do for the first time in the Knuckles series. So that's pretty cool. And, I am wondering if we're actually going to see any, references to the Knuckles series. Like obviously we have his powers here that we saw him do for the first time in the Knuckles show. So I am wondering if they're going to, if they're not going to bring it up at all, in the movie. He just, has them, because obviously not everyone watched the Knuckles show. So I'm wondering, just be like, okay, yep, he has these, he's always been able to do that. Or if maybe, maybe Sonic will be like, oh yeah, Knuckles, it's cool that you can do that with your fists now and that you can glide. I'm curious to see how if they're gonna reference Knuckles at all. Because we have heard that they're gonna make it to where you don't have to watch the shows in order to, understand certain stuff in the movies. So I am curious to see how stuff like that will turn out. So yeah. And then, yeah, all three of them, it looks like, are in London during this whole scene, which we've been hearing that they're going to be in a lot of different locations, which would make sense because obviously the day before, or a few days before the trailer came out, we were seeing promotion for the movie all over the world, like in Seattle, in New York, and Tokyo, of course. It was everywhere, so I'm wondering if that's foreshadowing, pun intended, all the places they're going to be in the movie. I think it's probably going to be like a montage. That's just my theory, though. Maybe it'll be like a montage towards the beginning of them, saving the day in multiple different cities, and I think that would be a pretty cool montage. So, yeah, that's my theory, though. And then we have what looks like the cave that Sonic grew up in the first Sonic movie, because we see here like a chalk drawing of Sonic and Longclaw from Green Hills. So, if this is where Sonic grew up, I think it'll be pretty cool to come back here. Then, we got a joke with Sonic about his lungs, so yeah, that was great.
But you didn't change who you are in here.
Yeah, in my lungs.
Or your heart.
And then we see what is assumably Prison Island. Come on, it's gotta be Prison Island. I didn't even really pay much attention to that when I reacted to it. But I think that is Prison Island, so that's pretty cool. Getting some more Sonic War locations in there. So Prison Island, pretty cool. And then of course we cut to Project Shadow of him awakening and breaking out. I am curious, is it going to be kind of the same way how the whole how Tails' first scene turned out? What I mean by that is obviously, we saw Tails in the end credit scene of Sonic Movie 1, and then we saw that same scene again in Sonic Movie 2, but obviously, there was a few differences. Obviously, one, Tails' design, and I think he also had his backpack on, I think, in the second movie when he didn't in the first. So I am wondering if they're gonna play the exact same scene from Sonic Movie 2's end credit scene of Shadow coming out of the ground and the projector, and obviously his eyes opening as we see in the trailer. I wonder if they're gonna do that. Have it the exact same scene, but tweaked differently like they did for Tails. So yeah, curious to see if they'll do that. Then we see a helicopter coming out of a rain because it looks like that gun is going to be teaming up with Team Sonic, which I think will be pretty interesting. And of course, it is pretty different from Sonic Adventure 2 because, of course, in Sonic Adventure 2, you know, Gun thinks that Shadow is Sonic and that Sonic's wreaking havoc. But and who knows, maybe that'll happen later on in the movie, you know, because there was a rumor that maybe, or a report or something I heard that once Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles get their asses kicked by Shadow later on, that like Gun's gonna blame them for it, and then they'll like, you know, get arrested for it. So we'll see if that happens. Then we see Shadow walking out. Man, he looks great. He looks so good. He's white too, even better. I mean, come on. These characters look like even more detailed when they're wet. Let's be real. And then we see a shot of Shadow and Maria. So I'm very interested to see how all those scenes turn out, because here's what I'm hoping happens. I'm obviously hoping we get like some actual scenes with the two, with like some dialogue, because I don't know, I just hope we don't get stuff. I mean, it's fine if we get this type of scenes, but I hope it's not only scenes of like, say, Sonic and Shadow talking, and Shadow's like, oh, I met Maria, and then like it shows just glimpses of, you know, while he's narrating, but there's no like actual dialogue in the flashbacks. You know, if we get stuff like that, that's fine. I just hope that's not all there is. I hope we get some actual like flashback scenes of the two bonding and interacting, so that then her eventual death will be even more impactful to the audience. So yeah. And then we start hearing the difference between Sonic and Shadow, which I think was great to add in here. That, you know, Sonic and Shadow, you know, were pretty similar at first, you know, tragic origins. But, you know, Sonic eventually got a family, he got friends, but Shadow, he didn't get any of that. You know, all he found was pain and loss, which I think is you know, is a good thing to state for the two characters, and, you know, the differences they do have with each other.
But where you found family and friends, Shadow found only pain and loss.
And then we do get a shot of what looks like Gerald Robotnik and Shadow over the corpse of Maria. So I'm dying to know how that's like how that scene's actually going to turn out, because obviously it could go many different ways. You know, either we're going to actually like we're going to full on see the gun agent like shoot her and then her die. Who knows? Maybe we'll even like see her like, you know, in her dying moments talking to Shadow. Oh, wouldn't that be emotional? Either that, or, you know, she'll get shot and instantly die, or who knows? Maybe it'll be like the Project Shadow fan film, where the gun agent shoots Maria, but it, you know, like we see him shoot her, but then as soon as like he pulls the trigger, it cuts back to Shadow and his reaction, so we don't actually see it. But it looks like we're definitely gonna see something, especially since the actress for Maria posted this picture a while ago of her in a body bag. So yeah, very curious to see how Maria's death scene is gonna go. And then of course we see Team Sonic arrive in Tokyo, and then they come face to face with Shadow, and Knuckles makes a joke about how Shadow's a lot more impressive than Sonic was. And this is of course footage that we heard was shown at CinemaCon a while ago. And yep, it does line up. I think they had said though that it took place in New York, so that part was wrong. It's taking place in Tokyo, but I think that's pretty much the only thing that was wrong in what we had heard from CinemaCon. Then of course we hear Shadow talk for the first time.
You're a colorful bunch.
Which, by the way, great first line I gotta say. And also Keanu Reeves sounds so great as Shadow. He sounds perfect. Like I still can't believe it's real. I still remember back when like Sonic Movie 1 came out, and there was all these fan castings for Knuckles. Like I remember like The Rock and Jason Momoa, and then I remember obviously we had ones for Shadow. I don't remember most of the big ones for Shadow, but I definitely remember Keanu Reeves. And here we are now, he's voicing Shadow, and I do think he has the perfect voice for it. So I'm very happy he's voicing Shadow. And then we see Knuckles try to fight Shadow, but Shadow just destroys him. And then we see Sonic's about to fight him, but then Shadow teleports behind Sonic and Tails, and he just kicks Tails down, which I thought was funny, because afterwards I saw so many people printing up the whole thing about how Shadow's just always beating up Tails. So hey, they're continuing that trend. How sad for Tails. And also the fact that he can teleport is pretty cool. I honestly wasn't sure they were going to do that, but they are. And I'm curious to see if it is going to be, you know, with the chaos power. I think it will be, but you know, they could change it up. We'll see. And then Shadow flies Sonic up into the air and it slams him to the ground, which is very cool. I'm super excited to see how this whole fight scene with all of them is going to go down. Then we see this big ship coming out of the water. I don't know what that could be. And then we see Shadow running on water. He looks great when he's running, or where we just like, you know, skating. He looks great. So I'm super excited for that scene. I'm guessing this is right after he escapes from the gun agency. So I think that's going to be pretty cool. And then yeah, we see Shadow fighting off gun agents. Oh, that fight, you know, that fight scene is going to be great. It's going to be so cool seeing him, you know, just kicking these humans and fighting them while teleporting. It's gonna be so cool. Okay, and then we see Tom on the ground, and it looks like he's joined Gun because, as you can see, he's wearing a uniform, and on his shoulder it says Guardian. So yeah, it looks like Tom's joined Gun. I'm curious as to how that happens. What's up, y'all? Elbeam here. I'm currently editing the video, and I realized I forgot to talk about this big rumor that could very well be true. Obviously, we don't know if it is. It's a rumor, but there has been this rumor that Tom is related to the gun agent that killed Maria, because if you go back to the first Sonic movie, Maddie, his wife, talks about how just been a Wachowski protecting Green Hills for over 50 years.
I mean, there's been a Wachowski protecting this town for more than 50 years.
And then in Sonic 2, they mention how Project Shadow has been a thing for 50 years.
A file buried deep in our system and dating back over 50 years.
So very well could line up, and that could be some conflict between Sonic and Shadow. Is, you know, Sonic's basically related to Tom, who is related to the murderer of Maria. So yeah, just thought I'd tell you guys about that rumor in case you didn't know, because I completely forgot to in the video itself. So yeah, but anyway, enjoy the rest of the video. I wonder if Shadow, if Shadow's finding gun agents, it makes me wonder if he's gonna be beating up Tom. I don't know. We'll see though. Then we see a shot of Shadow punching someone. Oh, I just realized, what if it's Tom? Oh man. And then we see a portal open up, and right near the portal we see Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles tied up. I say Knuckles like that because a lot of people thought that was Amy. I'm not gonna lie, I watched a trailer reaction after I did mine, and like I thought I was seeing things too, because it did for a quick second there. He does look kind of pink, so you know, I don't really blame people for thinking I was Amy, because for a split second he does kind of look pink. But no, it's Knuckles. No Amy in this trailer at all, from what we've been able to tell. So yeah, just thought I'd bring that up. And then Sonic is talking about having to team up with you-know-who, that being Eggman. And then we see Agent Stone pop up and the Egg Bot machine. Yeah. And we got Tails telling him it's a bad idea. I'm guessing referring to Eggman, and Sonic telling him, when has that ever stopped him? And, you know, I'm excited to see more of, like, Sonic's, like, serious tone, because I think we're definitely going to get a lot more serious Sonic. Obviously, I love the jokey, fun Sonic, but I think we're definitely going to get a lot more serious moments of Sonic, so I'm very excited to see those scenes play out. Then, of course, we see Fat Eggman, and, yep, he's fat. He sure is fat, and we also see he has long hair, a longer mustache. A lot of people are comparing it to Thor from Avengers Endgame, which I think is a fair comparison. Like, I'd also compare it to Puss from Shrek 4, because I'd say Avengers Endgame stole the idea of Puss for Thor in Avengers Endgame. Really, Marvel? Really, Russo Bros? And then we see Sonic give Eggman one of his quills, and he does the thing he did in the other two movies. He looks in and gets shocked. And this has created a big theory now that maybe Eggman is going to use that quill to create Metal Sonic. And listen, this is, look, let's be honest, this is like 99.9% chance this is going to be Jim Carrey's last movie as Eggman, and just maybe in general, because obviously he talked about retiring after Sonic 2, but he's coming back for this one. So I'm sure this will be the end of Eggman in this universe, but it would be pretty interesting to see him maybe at some point in the movie, like towards the end, creating Metal Sonic, and then Metal Sonic could be the villain for the next movie. And I think that would be a great villain to move towards next. That isn't Eggman. So yeah, I'm curious to see if that ends up being true. That would be very cool though, if we see Eggman do that with that quill, create Metal Sonic, and then Metal Sonic's the villain of the next movie. I think that'd be cool. Would love to see Metal Sonic. But pop up in this universe. Then we see Agent Stone giving Eggman a haircut, you know, just to look more Eggman. Then we have a shot of Sonic and Eggman walking out of a portal somewhere, and we get a look at Eggman's costume. I'm gonna make a guess right now that that's not gonna be his final costume, because he has the same jacket from Sonic 2 and he's wearing Stone's clothes. I'm gonna guess right now he's gonna get like an actual full-on new costume towards the end of the movie. You know, there's no evidence of that in the trailer, but that's just my guess. Then we have Shadow monologuing.
When we're done, there won't be anything left.
So that was a pretty cool line he had there. Also, you know what I just noticed is, I don't know if anyone cares about this, but I just noticed this one frame. It says this movie takes place in the year 2024, apparently. And then we see Shadow on his motorcycle for the first time. Looks like chasing Sonic. Then we see Tails flying out of, it looks like, the Eggman robot. So that's pretty cool. And then we got a little Easter egg to Chow, because, yeah, it looks like we have Sonic, Tails, Knuckles, and one of the gun agents talking. And yeah, you see in the background, we got a pretty cool reference to Chow, and especially the main one, Cheese. So that's a pretty cool Easter egg. You know, I think, you know, it would be cool to see Cream and Cheese pop up in this universe, but those are honestly, especially Cream, I highly doubt we'll ever see. Not saying we won't, but I highly doubt those two. We'll see it at any time. And then we have Sonic saying to Shadow, "What did you do?" And then Shadow says, "What I had to." So who knows what that could mean? It could mean anything. Maybe Shadow, I don't know, killed someone. Maybe he killed someone. Clearly something bad happened. So curious to see what Shadow did exactly that he needed to do. And then we see Shadow riding his bike with this awesome shot. I think a lot of us absolutely love. Then we see him in the air. He jumps off his motorcycle, or he bounces off of it. And then we see Sonic lightening up, charging up. And then they clash with each other in the sky, and then boom, Sonic 3. That is, just take all my money. Please take all my money. Paramount, Sega, take it all. I'm poor, but take it all. And then we get to the end of the trailer where we see Gerald Robotnik is alive. And he is also played by Jim Carrey, and I am pretty curious to see how this is gonna go, because obviously, and basically every other Sonic media, at this point in time, Gerald Robotnik is dead. But here he's alive, so I'm curious to see how he's alive exactly and what he and Eggman are gonna do, because who knows, maybe they're gonna team up, or who knows, maybe Gerald's gonna be one of the main bad guys, and Eggman's gonna fight him alongside Sonic. That would be interesting. But I don't know. We'll have to wait and see, I guess. And then the trailer ends there, and I guess I should have also mentioned we got the Live and Learn music in there, which is pretty cool. So yeah, and then I was gonna get her release date reconfirmed at December 20th, 2024. Same day as The Lion King. Makes me sad. Lion King's probably gonna do better. Like, listen, I know a lot of people are not excited for Lion King, but let's face the facts. The live action Lion King made like $1.6 billion. Don't think this one's gonna make as much, but it's gonna make money. So it's gonna suck once Sonic 3 doesn't win that opening weekend. Oh my god, if it does, I'll be so happy though. I'll be so happy if Sonic 3 kicks the Lion King Mufasa's ass. Come on, all right, Sonic fans, we got this. We gotta make sure this movie beats Disney's Mufasa the Lion King, because just please. Yeah, I think that's pretty much all I had to say on the trailer. Again, apologize if I missed any certain stuff. This is my first trailer breakdown. Tried going off of everything I could and wanted to talk about, and I think I did. So yeah, but yep, so that's my breakdown on the trailer. If you want to check out my reaction to the trailer, we've linked to that in the description. And yeah, let me know what you guys thought of the trailer though, and let me know if there's anything you think, you know, any of the scenes in here could mean. Like, you know, like maybe the scene of Shadow saying what I had to do. You know, just let me know in the comments, and I'd love to hear you guys' thoughts. And we're gonna end it here. Thank y'all so much for watching, and I'll see y'all in the next video. Peace out.